Hi everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing the Pink Supermoon tarot readings, okay? And I'm doing each video in regards to the elements, okay? So right now this is in relation to the water signs, okay? So just to let you know, I will be using several different oracle decks. Firstly, I'll be using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck, then the Work Your Light Oracle deck, the Moonology Oracle deck, and the Wild Unknown Tarot as well. So yeah, I'm quite excited to do this. I really enjoyed doing the other elements so far, and I will be discussing the reading per sign, okay? So that will remain the same, however, I'm just condensing them into one video to give you the overall messages and energies of what's being released right as of now, okay? And what you'll be moving towards. So, first sign I will start with in relation to this video will be Pisces. So, Pisces, let's see then what the shadow self is bringing to the surface at this time in order to be healed, addressed full on, and to be released when the time is right. So what is it that's being addressed at this time? What is it the shadow self is purging? Okay, so if there's anything else. Okay. So you got another, I can't remember who it was, but another sign got this. But anyway, you got black flower fragrance, okay? So I feel like you have been going through a significant process, okay? A lot of healing work. There's still a lot of parts of yourself that may feel quite fragmented. You might feel a little bit numb in some areas still because you've been going through a deep-rooted process of healing. So that's understandable, you know, it is something that's going to take a little bit of time, but you will get there. However, that doesn't mean that you know you are unlovable or that you are unapproachable. There's still people in your life that want to be close to you, that want to interact with you, that care about you, okay? So don't feel like you need to kind of distance yourself in any way just simply because you know you're still on that path of healing and you know just essentially piecing yourself back together so you can then transform into the newest version of yourself, right? It's a process, so just be a little bit patient with yourself and treat yourself a little bit delicately at this time, okay? But you are moving out of that space. That's what I can see here. This is something you're releasing, and I think you're aware that it takes time, but you know you're making good progress. So yeah, that's all you need to know really in regards to that. So let's have a look in relation to what it is you are moving towards, what energies and what situations, circumstances you're moving towards at this time, Pisces. Oh, you also got Keepers of the Earth. Someone else had this too. I think it might have even been Capricorn. But anyway, you have Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand by you. Interesting. So yeah, this is it. You are being supported. This is a process. And I think you may even have family members, not just your ancestors, guiding you from the astral, but you probably also have family members or key members of family or people you deem to be on the same level as a family member, someone you hold that dear to you, that is trying to support you, nurture you, help you in this process, you know, standing by you, as it says, okay, because you're not in it alone. So that's really beautiful. It's just showing you that, you know, there are some very positive influences in your life at this time, and it's going to help you on this path. So let's have a look in regards to the Moonology deck. What is it that these supermoon energies are trying to convey to you at this time, Pisces, in regards to what it is that you're leaving behind and what you're moving towards? Wow. Okay. And all right. So, in regards to what you're leaving behind, you have you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Right, so maybe that's something you needed to hear. Maybe you've had some concerns around your health or that of your family or whoever this person or people are that you hold dearest to you at this time. You may have been concerned that because maybe you've had some health issues in the past, or maybe because you're susceptible to illness, you're afraid that you might get the virus or something like that and passing it on to your family. But this is confirmation that you have nothing to fear because you are being protected. Your family is protected. You and your loved ones are safe, okay? And no matter what it is that you're trying to heal from, whatever it is, situation you're navigating, you are being taken care of and your family are being supported also, okay? So it's just saying that, you know, on the emotional front, on the health front, you're being taken care of, all right? So you don't have to worry about, you know, things that may be triggering your concerns in relation to your health in particular, or your emotional feelings or your mental health, right? Because you're being supported. You're not alone in this process. And in regards to what it is you're moving towards, you have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus, okay? So this is something I feel like is going to come into your awareness if it hasn't already. It's going to come very clear, you know, that there may be some things that you can do to help strengthen your connection, okay? Things that you can do to ensure that everyone is safe, healthy, happy, okay? Certain steps that you can take in order to protect yourself, okay? As much as you are being I can't even talk, protected in the astral, and there may be things you can do in the physical to just give you that peace of mind, that extra peace of mind that you're being that you know you're safe and that you're taking all the necessary precautions that are required. Okay. So let's go into your tarot then. But I feel like this is very much, this reading for you, Pisces, is very much centered around the home, you know, how you're feeling in yourself, you in this state of recovery, whether it's physical, health-wise, mental health-wise, or emotional. It could be several of all of the above, or, you know, several things going on for you. But I feel like that's at the forefront of your mind, as well as your connection with your family or people you deem to be family to you. All of these things seem to be most relevant at this time if this is your reading. Okay, so let's see what the tarot tells us also. So in regards to your first card, you have the Father of Wands in reverse. That's the King of Wands, so fire energy, okay? So, yeah, I feel like you may have been somewhat you may have been disimpassioned, or you may have felt like your energy levels are lacking. You've not really had, you might not have felt really very much in your power. You might not have felt like you could affect much of anything right now. You may have felt powerless. You may have felt like, because you know you're in a vulnerable state, that you weren't in a position to take the lead, to, you know, be the prime example, right? Because you feel like there's a lot that you're just addressing in yourself, and you're healing, and you're processing, right? But that's fine. Maybe right now you're not meant to be in that space. Maybe it's important that you just ground yourself, that you actually be the one supported at this time, right? Next, you have the Five of Cups, and so this is water energy, okay, your energy. This is talking about emotional loss, things that you are looking back on with regret or remorse, things that you miss dearly, things that mean a lot to you. It could be in regards to a loss of a family member that you're still processing, right? Because I feel like with this is like a deep-rooted grief, essentially. So it could be that you're still processing the loss of a family member, a relative, or maybe even more than one. But I feel like you're kind of coming to terms with that, and you're coming out of the grieving state. And then, you know, maybe that's why you've been so concerned about your family's well-being and them being safe and happy. But this is telling you that they'll be okay, all right? And that you'll be okay. You just have to take care of yourself and just work together as a unit, okay? Next, you have this Ace of Swords in reverse. So air energy. It could be that you're holding back on communicating something right now because you feel like you're trying to find a way to move things forward. You're trying to find a way to protect the house and home, to keep everyone afloat and supported, right? You're trying to find a practical way to problem solve whatever issues are arising in your physical reality, okay? So you're trying to find the right plan of action before you start communicating what it is that you intend to do or think you should do as a unit. And then lastly, you have the Six of Cups in reverse. Water energy, more of your energy. So I think rather than looking at the past, you're trying to look ahead in the future and see what you can do to strengthen your bonds so that you can move forward, like I said, as a unit, that you're supporting each other, that you're helping each other through this time. Maybe whatever circumstance happened in the past or even recent past that you're really feeling the effects of still kind of was the thing that unified you, that brought you all together to readdress these issues so that you can reconnect, so you can strengthen these bonds, right? From the roots all the way out to the very tip, you know, the ends of the leaves, right? So, yeah, I hope that helped for you, Pisces. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this helpful, just give it a thumbs up, give it a comment. It is a new structure. As I said, it's a new spread that I've tried out in regards to this particular reading, so I hope you enjoy it. If you find it kind of a bit awkward, then that's fine. But yeah, it'd just be interesting to get your feedback because I may use it in a future full moon reading. So for now, take care, all the best, and just remember, like, it's a process. Healing is a process, so just be gentle with yourself at this time, and you will get there, okay? So take care. See you soon. Okay, the next sign I'm doing is Cancer. So Cancer, let's see what the shadow self is revealing at this time. What is it that needs to be resolved, healed, and released for you? Unbelievable. I can't believe how many times this card keeps coming up. Okay. So Cancer, you have black flower fragrance, and you also have the Queen of my world. Interesting. I feel like for you, Cancer, it's a case of you're still carrying a lot of pain from a previous circumstance, okay? I think you still keep looking back on the situation and you're like, I need to free myself, but I don't know how. I'm still carrying this weight, this pain, this heartbreak. That's what I'm getting. And it's like you're kind of, you keep drifting between these two energies, right? Of trying desperately to release the pain, but still looking back fondly, like there's still aspects of the circumstances that you've missed. You're still looking back on the positive things, even though you're carrying all this pain that also came from the situation. And then when you're kind of feeling engulfed by that pain, that's when you step into this energy of Queen in my world, and you're like, well, if you're going to make me feel like this, or if this situation made me feel like this, then that's the energy I'm stepping into. I am going to literally just own it and become a bit of an ice queen and just make the most of my circumstances, okay? Like if I can't heal, then I'm going to use my pain to build, you know, my own reality, essentially, my own little bubble where I have control, you know? And I get that, but at the same time, I think you know that that's, Yeah, that's the pain talking still. And then once you fully get past that, once you fully heal that and you release it, then you won't be in that state of mind. You will not feel that resentment in the same way. But I feel like you really are coming out of that space. You may be moving more into a space of forgiveness and understanding. Okay, what was I talking about? So I'll show you what's just come up for you in regards to the energies you're moving towards. So I pulled for you the transformation card. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Okay, this is powerful. Okay, this is talking about your DNA even being restructured. You're being rebuilt from the inside out. Right, deep healing, as deep as it can possibly go. So this is powerful, massive transformation. Once you release that energy, you're going to really feel this on a profound level, like nothing you've ever experienced before. Next, you have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into begin. Sorry guys, it's late. I'm getting a little bit tired, so my words are just like all over the place. Dreaming a new world into being. So again, very powerful. So you're literally like, it's like, you know, the source. It's like the source itself is working on you from the inside out, every aspect of your being. So you are ready to co-create this new reality. Okay, so you're a significant player in this. These massive changes, you know, in our reality and also to the collective consciousness. You are a significant player in that. You are a co-creator in that, as we all are. But specifically Cancer, for the people who resonate with this message, you have a specific role to play in the actual creation of this new reality. You have to, that's why you're being reworked, okay? That's why you're being deep healed, like there's deep healing going on. And your frequency has been raised massively so that you are of the right energy, the right mindset, you're emotionally grounded, and you're prepared to do this work that you're being brought into, okay? You are being aligned to something far greater than you could possibly imagine, right? I mean, you will once you get there, but, you know, from where you were just coming from, it seems like, you know, a quantum leap away, you know, but it essentially is, and that's why this is coming through from the source itself, okay? So this is unreal, to be honest with you. I've never had a reading quite like this before. So, yeah, for whoever resonates with, yeah, this is as deep as it gets, pretty much. Okay, so I just pulled 2 cards from the Moonology deck in regards to the energies of this current full moon and how it's supercharging this process. So the key message here in regards to what you're releasing is your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. This card has come up a few times also. But this is what it's saying, like, you know, to help you deal with these energies, to help, like from the past, to help you, you know, truly heal, to feel more aligned, to really step into this energy that you're moving towards. There may be some things that you need to take control of in your day-to-day life. For example, you may need to be more mindful of, you know, the types of conversations you're having, the people you're communicating with on a daily basis, what you invest your time into, what you're watching, what you're eating, how you're sleeping, you know, taking really good care of those areas of your lifestyle, right? So you're in the best possible position to move towards this greater calling, essentially. And then in regards to what it is that you're moving towards, you have your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon, okay? So yeah, I mean, this is it. Like, it's like saying, the universe is saying, yes, you have a role to play, but how important is this actually to you? Because it's no good giving me giving you a purpose, you know, outside of your own individual purpose, if you essentially don't give a shit about it, right? So it's seeing just how much it means to you, how much you want to be a part of this this process, this birthing of a new age, birthing of a new reality, right? Because you have a part to play in this, and it's not known to you what that is yet necessarily, but you have a role to play here. So it's saying, you know, how much do you want it? How much are you willing to put into this? Are you willing to put the work in? Are you willing to change, you know, specific things in your life, you know, so that you're ready to step into this path? That's what's kind of being asked of you at this time. Okay. And now let's have a look in regards to the tarot. Ooh, okay. Honestly, do they have to keep falling on the floor? It'd be so much easier if it didn't. My poor back. Alright. So the first card you got is the Strength in reverse, so Leo energy. So yeah, I feel like it'd be easy, right, to stay in this space. As much as it would be more emotionally draining and upsetting and toxic, and it would make you unhappy, it'd be easier to just fall back into this cycle and just being in that space of, you know, but I was wronged and they did this to me and I don't deserve this and I want this, therefore I'm going after this, you know, that kind of thing, or I'm going to do this as a result. You know, it's like low vibrational bullshit, right? And you're tired of it, you don't want it anymore, and you know that that's not really you coming out in your best way, right? That energy is beneath you, right? It's just that obviously when you're emotionally hurt, it can trigger that kind of energy, it can trigger that kind of response. But you know that, you know, you are stronger than that. You can do so much more than that with your life, right? You don't need to keep falling back into those same cycles. You have, growth is not even the right word. This is like next level transformation, you know. It's I don't even have a word for it, you know. This is like I'm just gonna hold it like that, you know. It's unbelievable, to be honest. So yeah, it'd be such a wasted opportunity to throw it all in for the sake of a connection or a situation that no longer exists, you know. Next you have the King of Pentacles in reverse, shown as the Father of Pentacles in reverse. So this is Earth energy. And with the Taurus here as well, full moon in Taurus, you could be dealing with the Taurus. But either way, I feel like yeah, you may have been kind of living in your head a little bit, living in the clouds, not really coming up with practical solutions that can help you step out of this energy and move in towards a more aligned way of living, more in tune with your, you know, higher self, in tune with the path that you're moving towards, right? So you may know there's certain things that you need to change in your lifestyle and you've been reluctant to do so, or maybe even a little bit stubborn to do so. Because you're like, well, you know, I can just do that later, or, you know, I'm not in the right mindset, or I need to take care of this, you know, distractions, excuses, blah, blah, blah. But now you're realizing, okay, I can't put this effort anymore. Like, I need to just get on with it and get my shit together, pretty much. You know, so that's what I see you doing. I see you saying, okay, enough with the bullshit excuses. I'm going to make sure I sleep better. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to exercise. You know, I'm going to take care of me, get myself in the right place to do what it is I need to do. Next, you have the Five of Swords, so air energy. Yeah, I think you're going to be cutting out any limiting beliefs, any excuses that you come up for yourself, any negative thought processes that prevent you from feeling like you can do this, that you can move towards this, that you can have this, that you can really elevate to that level, pretty much. I think you're cutting all of that stuff out. Anything that makes you feel like, you know, you're not feeding into the negative affirmations anymore, pretty much is what I'm getting, right? And you're becoming very clear in your mind. I think for a while you were quite confused and unsure and uncertain of yourself and where it's all going and why things are happening the way they are. But now you're starting to see more clearly, and you're not feeding into those negative affirmations anymore, or limiting self-beliefs or anything of that nature. You're starting to step into the space of manifesting, stepping into this energy of being a co-creator. This is what I'm seeing here with the star card. This is creation, okay? You are stepping into the space of being a co-creator. So you are actively helping to manifest into your reality, and that's why you're being worked on so heavily, because your energy is needed for the process, right? One person can't do it alone. It relies on the collective, okay? So you are a significant player in that, because when, individuals' own vibrations, own frequencies, energies, are aligned with the source, but also heightened, that are transformed, that are, really brought into this space of knowing, of peace, of, just bliss and serenity and love. Like, that's when things can happen. That's when serious, unbelievable, miraculous things can take place. So that's what you're being worked on for, to bring you into that space, right? Because I think once you reach that space, you'll be extremely powerful. So that's why you're being worked on. Probably one of the hardest, I would say, possibly you and Virgo are being worked on the hardest in relation to that. There was another sign as well that's being worked on pretty hard in this transformative sense, but I can't think who that was now. It'll come to me. But yeah, anyway, Cancer, I hope that helped. Let me know what you thought about this style of reading. I know it's a little bit different. If you found it helpful, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, let me know. If you thought that it was not really for you, that's fine. Yeah, and we'll see. Maybe I'll use it again in a future full moon reading. But for now, take all of this on board, because honestly, I can't believe you got this. This is incredible. So watch this as many times as you need to for it to sink in that you are literally on the ascension path, okay? So do the work and all will be well. Bye for now. Okay, and finally now I'm going to do Scorpio's Pink Supermoon reading. So Scorpio, let's see, what is it that your shadow self's revealing at this time? What is being surfaced in order to be healed and released? What is the shadow self conveying? Okay, so the first card you got is Alone in the World. Okay, so you may feel lonely given the circumstances that we're all in right now. Especially if you are living alone, you may feel very isolated. You might feel quite vulnerable being in your own space alone, because you may be very used to socializing, especially if you're quite extroverted. You may be used to hang around in certain friendship groups, seeing family members frequently. You may be dating or have a partner, but they're in a different place from you right now, and you're finding it very difficult, because you're having to sit with yourself alone, and that puts you in a very vulnerable position. You're having to look at yourself maybe in ways that you haven't done in a long time, and address certain things that you've been trying to run away from, possibly. Next you have Downcast Pride. Okay, so there might be a situation where you felt wronged, and you're kind of it's like this situation of feeling like not only outraged, but just indignant, and just how dare they do this to me? They're in the wrong, I'm in the right, and yet my feelings are being disregarded. I'm the one that's being left alone, even though I was the one that was wronged. And you might go on your high horse a little bit about a specific situation. You might be a bit pissed off in general with the way things are playing out at the moment, because you felt like it's slowed all your progress to an absolute crawl, and you're not dealing with that very well because you're used to just throwing yourself into your daily routine, your activities, right? But yeah, so it might be really frustrating for you at this time, but you know, it all depends on how you look at it. Your perception is massively important. I think you're becoming to realize that. So rather than just being annoyed and frustrated and, you know, venting at no one because no one's around right now, and just venting to yourself pretty much, you're starting to realize that actually you can use this in a much more positive and productive way, rather than just getting mad and feeling kind of alone and down about it, right? So let's see what messages are coming up in relation to the energies because you're leaving this behind, remember, so that's good. You're leaving that behind. So let's see what you're moving towards. No way. Okay. So you got Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Okay. And bear in mind, like, this doesn't always have to be in regards to physical journey. I don't feel like that's in your immediate circumstances, given everything that's going on. This talks more about the spiritual quest, right? A spiritual journey. It can be a physical place, but it's often tied to something with spiritual significance to you or the area, right? But this is a spiritual journey. Where are you journeying to? What is it where is your destination, okay? What are you trying to reach? You know, expand and grow, essentially. And next you have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So you may find yourself in a very different circumstance. You may be taking a new path that no one in your family has explored before, okay? So you may be seeing as doing something that's disruptive to the status quo. Maybe that's where some of this energy comes from, because you're not getting the approval that you hoped you would from your family or those closest to you, right? Because they simply don't understand what is that's so important to you. They don't understand this path that you're taking. But either way, you're taking it regardless, because you know that's what's going to bring you towards the next stage of your expansion, okay? So, interesting. Okay, let's have a look in regards to the Moonology deck then. What is it that the full moon in Libra is shining a light on this time? The energies that are supercharging this transition. So you have your commitment is being tested. It's funny how so many of these cards are repeating themselves in these readings. But there's some clear messages that are playing out in the collective as well as for specific groups of you guys. But yeah, your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon, yeah. So this is it. It's just like, it's kind of asking you, like, okay, yes, you're in a sticky situation, yes, because, you know, you're not being able to do the things you usually do as part of your daily routine. You're not necessarily going to the places you'd usually go. You're kind of being asked to release something where you may have felt like you didn't get the karmic justice you deserved, okay? Or that you wasn't treated fairly, and so that, yeah, there's no, or you didn't get the answers that you deserved, therefore there's no closure, right? But either way, it's saying, you know, that sometimes it's better to just let it go, because sometimes you're never going to get full closure, you're never going to get the full answers that you hope for, you're never going to get the apology that you expect. So sometimes it's better to just, you know, just basically cut your losses and move forward, essentially, right? Because you are moving on this path, you are changing things, you're already on a path that is new, right? Especially for those people closest to you, so they're not going to understand you, they're not going to necessarily even try to understand you. So what matters to you more? Is it being understood or fulfilling this wish fulfillment, right? This wish that you have, this dream, this vision. So that's what you need to ask yourself. And then in regards to what you're moving towards, you have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. No way. Okay, so yeah, okay. So if you do feel a bit scorned by an ex, Yeah, you're not going to be worrying about that for very long because someone else is coming in apparently. Or even if it's not someone new, if you're not single, yeah, it could be that, a certain situation had to play out. Once you release this, once you stop like holding your partner a prisoner to a circumstance from the past, when you release that grudge, that feeling of being, wronged in some way, that's when this new cycle begins. That's when things will start changing in your love life for the better, right? Things become balanced again. But that can't happen if you're still in this begrudging kind of energy, right? So, yeah, it can be very, very positive, but it's up to you, Scorpio. It all depends on how you want to, approach this situation, essentially. It all depends on you. So, let's have a look in regards to the tarot then. So, the first card you got was the Five of Swords. So, air energy. Yeah, I think you're kind of tired of the mind games. You're tired of the disagreements. You're tired of feeling like every small victory is a hard-won battle, essentially. And you're just mentally drained from it all. So I think at this point you'll come to this space where you'd rather just drop it. I don't think you care about being right or having the last word on the matter, or even getting the apology at this point. I think you just kind of just want to release it. That's what I'm kind of feeling, because you're kind of done with the mind games. That's something, or just like being caught up in this back and forth, this disagreement that never seems to get resolved, right? And just creates more and more of a rift in this situation. So I think you're willing to release that now, or you're at least going to be in that space where you release it, because you want to go after what it is that makes you happiest, what makes you feel content, that literally lights you up inside, that makes you feel like, life is incredible, essentially, So that's where your focus is moving towards at this time. You then have and that's Aquarius energy, by the way, so you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Next you have the Four of Cups. So this is really talking about that emotional footing, and just because you felt wronged in the past, not rejecting an opportunity to really stabilize things in the relationship emotionally. Or if you are single, there may be an offer that will come in that can really bring you this emotional fulfillment and bring you out of this space of feeling bitter and left in the cold, right? But it's up to you if you reject it or not. If you reject it, then that may you may regret that later on, is all I'm saying. Okay, so when this offer comes in, especially if it is an informal apology, or if it does come as them trying to express their love for you, trying to show you how much you mean to them, trying to be romantic. Again, because it's a new romantic cycle begins. It doesn't have to necessarily be a new person, but if they try and do these things to show you that they do care and they've been wanting to work on this, then it's up to you whether or not you accept it. But I feel like if you just reject it because of your ego, your pride, all right, downcast pride, then you may come to regret that. Okay. And next you have the Six of Wands. Okay, so fire energy. So this is talking about the victory. This is talking about your bliss. This is you coming to a space of awareness, knowing what you're being called to do, knowing where you can take the initiative, right? And when you feel impassioned, when every other aspect of your life is feeling good, then whatever path you're taking in your life is going to be, you're just going to be supercharged and vitalized and even more impassioned, because the other areas of your life are not holding you back, right? And that's the thing, like I said, even if there's people in your life that don't really get it, that's fine, because you're going to be focused on where you're going, not on what they're telling you should do. But anyway, I feel like, there are a couple of things in your life that need addressing right now, particularly when it comes to your love life. So don't close your heart space off, because there's something possibly very positive coming up, okay? It's going to help you to feel aligned and balanced again, and feel warm and fuzzy inside and impassioned, and feeling like, you know, all things are finally coming together as one. So yeah, I hope that helps you, Scorpio. If you enjoyed this, if you found it useful, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Yeah, and I may use this spread, or this type of spread, for a full moon reading in the near future. I just want to say to all water signs, thank you again for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to check out this video, for commenting, liking. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And for those of you who already are following me, you're awesome. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. And yeah, I will do another reading for you guys very soon. But for now, I think I need to rest. So take care. I wish you all the best. Make the most of this full moon energy and really use it to help you heal and to move towards this incredible new beginning that's coming up for all of us. So take care for now, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.